Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a new review. Behind us is the new beautiful Peugeot. Finally, we have it on the test. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. Click the little bell to get notifications when I upload new videos. It's going to be separated point of view driving day with no talking, so you can hear all the sounds this car makes. It's going to be separated night point of view driving as well, with full impressions on the road. And there's going to be a night review. I'm going to show you exterior interior details, ambient lights at night. In this one, we're going to focus on the day, exterior interior details and infotainment. So let's go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's the beautiful new 308. This is the blue metallic color. I'm going to tell you the name once we get inside the car because I didn't memorize it. There's going to be occasional traffic here at Sunday, so we'll have to live with that. Here's the key fob. It's still the same: unlock, lock, and open the cargo space. You cannot flash the lights. And it has the new shield. There's also this one. Looks cool. There's a physical key. If you push this to the side, you can extend a physical key because this is a keyless entry. Just keep this in your pocket. Once you come close to the car, it unlocks, or if you touch the door handles, once you go, it locks. Let's unlock this baby. You can see the LED matrix headlights with the claws, which are daytime running lights, and they turn into turn signals. Now, this new 308 is a huge, massive step up. Now, this is the 1.6 PureTech petrol engine, 150 horsepower, 4-cylinder inline turbocharged, with additional electric motor with 110 horsepower, but the system power is 180 horsepower maximum. You can drive fully electric up to 135 kilometers per hour. You can drive between 65 and 70 kilometers on electric only via VLTP, and charging time is around 2 hours and 45 minutes if the battery is flat to get to 100%, and it uses only AC. Now, without the specs out of the way, only thing I forgot to mention, the battery is 12.4 kilowatt hours capacity. So I'm gonna put a link in the video description with all the technical details of the car. Car locked itself now, but let's come a little bit closer, check the details. I gotta say, this car looks like it's lowered because of that skirt. So this is the GT package, and it looks pretty sporty. Of course, there's going to be lower packages. This is the top package. So in the link, there's going to be a few links with the technical data. You can see all the engines, all the engine options. They're like diesel and pure petrol, or the plug-in hybrid. Now, let's come a little bit closer. I reviewed this car in Switzerland and in Spain, but first time we have it in Croatia on a test, and I'm really impressed with the car. I gotta be honest. Don't worry, I'm close enough to the car. There's a distance from me and the road, so don't be alarmed for my safety, but thank you if you're thinking about me. I like the creases in the hood. The headlights are still that mean, sharp looking, like a line, and those cloth, they look sort of like a big cat. Now, the badge here on the GT pack, you get the chrome details inside, and you get the new shield. This is also where the radar is for the cruise control and emergency braking. A little square on the top would be a front camera, so I just think they've left a blank there. Parking sensors are integrated. They're black here into the bumper. You have the good air intake on the top here. Maybe you can see, maybe not. There's a big cooler, and then there's a little air intake on the bottom. Huge thanks to Peugeot Croatia for lending me the car really early. Although I wasn't on the press conference because it was a limited number due to COVID. I got the car one of the first. And you got the 308 badge on the top. This is not piano black. Really, it's like some sort of, actually, my mistake, it is. It just looks on this light like it was maybe something like gray finish, but it's definitely piano black when it comes closer. And to show you the LED matrix headlights, look at this. This is gorgeous. You have two lenses, and performance of these is outstanding. I gotta say, so you can see here, Peugeot matrix LED technology. And I would say these are even better than the Volkswagen Group Matrix. How they illuminate, they don't spread the beam, they just like increase the beam. You gotta watch the night point of view and then you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Also, those LED daytime running lights are still the same, quite cool. You have a little lip on the front and side skirt. Alloys, you can spec 17 or 18 inch. These are 18 inch. These look gorgeous. Look at all those details. Look at the caps cover. I like the shield. I really love the shield. I was really skeptical from the first. I thought it was kind of not the best, but then when I saw it in person, it just looks good. And there's a slight curb protection, but this won't protect your alloys. You can see someone already did a little rash, and these are of course diamond cut and then kind of black. Well, this looks like a plastic cover. Actually, it is plastic cover, so I guess those just give you a little bit more better aerodynamics and better fuel consumption. Peugeot shield on the side looks pretty much premium to me. And you have the new side mirrors. These have long turn signals. We saw this across the group. What is nice, you can see them from the driver perspective and they really look elegant. Of course, in the GT pack, they're black. Now there's no traffic. I'm gonna back up so you can see the whole car from the profile. It looks very elegant, slightly going down towards the back of the roof. It's not really a coupe, but still good. And you have that black trim, piano black finish on the bottom with the B-pillars. Now to the front, just to cover, of course you have here the VIN number, and you can see here, you can see there's lines here going across, yeah, you can see those. So this is the heated windshield, and honestly this is the first time I'm driving such a car, and I would definitely not advise you to buy this. Use your AC to defrost. This is not really good for your eye, at least I don't like it. Lane assist camera, light and rain sensor is in there, and that's pretty much it. You have the washer nozzles here, so this looks just like my Tesla. Okay, and not to forget, so the driver's side has the physical cylinder. The key is in your key fob. You can press here to, from the inside, I guess, to unlock. Like now it doesn't want to. And then touch to unlock. I did unlock it many times because I was filming B-roll, so it kind of starts acting up. But there you go, and then if you touch, it should lock. Maybe it's cold. Also, you have a little puddle light here on the side mirror. Rear windows are tinted. You have a nice big shark fin on the top. Spoiler is integrated into the body, very minimalistic, and you have this B-pillar for sides, excuse me, C-pillar sides for better aerodynamics. Peugeot LED taillights. What am I gonna say here? Besides that, it looks amazing. Now there's a little dance light. I'm gonna show you that in the night. I didn't lock the car. It's just locks when I go. You can actually see the gimmick now. It is like a little light show, a little dance. It looks awesome. But the details inside here, they look amazing. This sharp lines, love it. Of course, not to forget to show you, over here is the your charge port. You just plug it in. There's one downside. Once you come to the car, it interrupts the charging. Once you leave and it locks the car, it starts charging. So it's a little bit annoying feature. Okay, cargo space. I'm gonna dive into that, just not to forget one detail as well. So the back of the car is very sporty. It looks wide, it looks aggressive. Yes, you have this fake exhaust tips, and you have dual reverse lights and dual fog lights. You also have the little reverse camera that's just above the license plate, and it has a little washer. Of course, all the lights on the car are LED. Now, to show you the exhaust pipe, which I believe should be on the, if I'm not mistaken, on the left, but it might be on the right. I can't see it, to be honest, at least not from my perspective. Stoplight is integrated, and it's also transparent, same as this. Now 308 and hybrid badge. On the other side is your petrol, but you have to unlock it from the inside of the car. And let me just show you the car before we open the cargo. From this angle, look at that. Look at those creases on the hips. Just looks masculine, but not too much. It just feels really elegant. French designers know how to design cars. Some people are driving maybe too fast here. Oh, there's a little, they've been doing some fixing the road, so they left a hole here. That's why I almost stumbled. And there's your hatchback. Very practical, so opens very tall. You have a nice and wide entrance. This is 361 liters for the plug-in hybrid. Otherwise, if it was pure petrol or diesel, you have a little bit extra room. And if you knock down the seats, which knock down 60-40, and you have the opening for the skis or golf clubs, then you get 1,271 liters. Now inside here we have Peugeot reflective vest. There's a first aid emergency triangle inside the car, inside that bag. There's my bag, so you can see the perspective. Now you get this type 2 charging cable, and you have a little net for maybe a fire extinguisher or first aid on the left side. On the left side you have a white light. It's fairly good illumination, and you have this tether points on each 4 sides. There are also top tether points markers, but I don't see them. Actually, they're inside here. You can see that. That's where they are. And there is a little storage area here. The fire extinguisher is blocking it. You can see there's a patching kit, and there's a room to put your this is your Schuko charger, so for the European Schuko. There is 5 fingers of height up to the loading area. On the top you can remove this. This is very adjustable, and there's a little area here. Maybe you can put a longer umbrella on the top, but it's kind of short. And on the top you can close it manually, and there's little rubber stoppers, so the car doesn't make a lot of noise. Here is the opening button. It's this little rubbery thing, and I love the new badge. I was really skeptical, but it looks so good. They really nailed it with the design. See, when I move away it locks, and then when I reach it unlocks. Kind of funky. Okay, let's hear the closing sound. I'm gonna come closer because I have a mic that's on my shirt. So definitely good closing sound. Soundproof is decent today. It's very windy, but I would say it's quite decent. You have really big seals, and then you have double sealing on the doors, maybe even I would say triple on this end, and it goes all the way down. Over here you can push inside and turn this to lock for the kids from the inside so they cannot open. For the safety, Roman 5 here means this is a factory tint. And hard plastics on the rear. Fine materials, there's nice leather for your elbows. And in this package you get this nice green contrast with some gray finish. Power windows, automatic, little bottle area, speaker. And if you want to knock down the seats, you press here, you pull, and you can see that is almost flat. Now, they really kind of covered this in the carpets, so let's put this back. Gotta watch the seatbelt, not to get caught in. It has a little ear so it doesn't fall down. This is really dirty. Car was super clean when I've picked it up, and I've cleaned it up extra, but this surface is just kind of moisturized. Seats, you have textile, leather and then Alcantara finish in this rough textile. They are super comfortable. This is the same design as the previous models we saw. And over here you can unzip this. There is a ISOFIX points. Have net over there, Peugeot carpets, and it's kind of dark because this is the GT pack. So let's hop inside, put some more dirt in the car. Just joking, it's just nothing I can really do. Now, I was sitting on the front. Have in mind I'm a 2 meter tall person, or 6.6, and the seat is in the lowest position. It is a little bit tight when you have tall shoes, and it's definitely tight for my knees. But if average person was sitting on the front, I would have plenty of leg space. Now, let's close the doors. Excellent closing sound. I gotta say it's perfect. We have here AC controls, 2 USBs. These are USB-Cs. These are not USB-A. Don't be fooled by the square illumination, and these illuminate once the ignition is on. You also have a little cubby here. There's no footwell light. You're gonna see that in the separated video. But these lights on the top illuminate the interior quite good. There is a huge blind spot in this C-pillar area, but the windows are also kind of short. They are long. This is the overview. Around you is okay, and it's very good. Behind you in the middle mirror, you can extend this. You can put here maybe a tablet. Looks like a divider here. You can extend. It's rubberized, so the lights kind of went off, but I guess you can put this and divide that. And then from the inside, so that's a little bit tricky. You have to open it up to reach, to be able to put something here or reach something in the back. Not really great where you cannot open that from the rear, so you have to go around the doors. You can press here to adjust the headrest level. These also go up adjustable, and you can see the Alcantara and the leather. A lot of quality materials. I didn't realize I left that open. Okay, here's the front look, and not to forget. So if I remove my hat, you can see that I'm a 2 meter tall person, and it's kind of shortly sloping down. So for me, if I would want to straighten up my back and my head, it's impossible. So for an average person, I would say up to 180 or lower, you would be okay. But if you're a taller person, maybe 85 or 190, it's starting to be a struggle on the back regarding the headspace. There are slowly closing handles. There are no hooks. There are no hooks on the B pillar, and the seatbelt is not adjustable. So you can see that they tried to maximize the headspace on the front, but not on the rear as much. There is actually here room, but it is what it is. Okay. Wow, I feel bad. It's kind of hard to exit if you're a taller person. I feel bad because this schmutz is like getting all over here. I'm gonna clean that up before I return the car. There are no blind spots in the mirror, unfortunately. I'd like to have that detailed, but also closing and opening sound sounds very solid. Now the front doors open wider than the rear doors, I believe. Actually, it's quite decent if you're putting a child seat on the back. Now the seals on the front also like double sealing, but this feels like a triple seal because of this edges. Soft touch materials on the front, nice details. You have ambient lights on the front only. This is all soft, nice and robust, high quality made. And have your power windows. They automatically fold. I don't think they have a heating, and they don't have, unfortunately, the auto dimming. Only the middle mirror has it. All windows are power windows. You can lock the rear. It can lock or unlock the car from the inside. You have some carpets on the front only. This kind of dings here, they maybe could have put some carpet here, although yeah, it's a plastic, but, and a speaker there. Peugeot aluminum doorstep, and you have your tire pressure information here. If you have more luggage, you need to have a higher tire pressure for stability in case of avoiding like a moose or similar stuff on high speeds on the highway. Seats are manual. I believe you can spec electronic seats. If I'm not mistaken, you push this up and you slide back and forward, tilt, and the top one's the lumbar support. Again, same pattern as on the rear, beautiful leather textile. These really look and feel comfortable. You have big bolsters, and these are really good supported sport seats, and they look really comfortable. Love the Alcantara on the top and on the sides. Carpets also look nice. They're kind of dirty. Probably should give it a rest. And aluminum sport paddles. If your car key fob battery is low, you can put it here next to this guy, and then it's gonna connect. Here you can turn on the heated windshield, time the defrost, and open the, if you press this, you unlock the fuel cap. I'm gonna go just to show you one detail. So if you're fueling the car like I did yesterday, I didn't press it, I guess. Okay, now I did. Just to show you the detail, and I almost put some diesel in this before I realized it's a petrol. Over here there's a hanger, so this doesn't flop around and scratch your clear coat. Have that in mind. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get back in the car and sit inside, and maybe pull out the key before I sit down. It's gonna be a lot easier. Okay, I'm gonna leave the key in there. Let's hear the closing sound. Excellent. Okay, this is the point of view, and I gotta say I love the new dash. It's still Peugeot style, but it looks quite sharp. Zoom back in. Okay, I'm gonna try being quick because there's a lot of infotainment details. Dash, you have some piano black. It's not a lot, but you can see the dust. There's a speaker in the A pillar, and you have some air vents over there. This is plasticky. If you really touch it, it makes noises, but once you're driving, it doesn't make any sound, so you're in reality never gonna touch that. There's a speaker on the top. You can get the focal speakers, I believe, as an option. These base ones are okay. We're gonna play the demo later. And here you have these aluminum air vents. Actually, this kind of feels plasticky. This is the aluminum. You can control them over there, and they extend. So I like this interior. It kind of feel like it's hugging you. There are ambient lights here on the top as well. You have the 3D cockpit, and you have this Peugeot steering wheel GT with some contrast stitching, perforated leather on the sides, flat top and bottom. You have the cruise control, speed limiter, and distance, voice commands, phone calls, volume, and radio stations on the steering wheel. You have here sports paddles that you're never going to use, and there's a new badge I really like. It used to say Peugeot on the bottom, if you remember. Okay, and over here you have a nice touchscreens that look kind of awful because of the greasy smudges from the fingerprints. On the bottom you have shortcut buttons. They're nice and physical. Car shortcuts, climate, max blow, close air circulation, rear defrost, AC off. You have the hazards. You can see them in the mirrors and here on the sides. These actually then illuminate, and then AC off I mentioned. You also have this for the volume knob, have the start stop. You have here 8-speed automatic. Park is the button, and brake for recuperation. Then you have this like shift by wire. It's kind of nice. There's no bulky thing. It's decent. Then you have the driving mode button, and unfortunately there's no auto hold for the automatic. There's the electronic parking brake, and then you have this nice leather on the sides as well. A lot of high quality finish. There's a rubber mat. Light is flashing only on the camera, not in person. There's a little green light when there's a phone on the charging pad. Another USB-C here. And there's a 12-volt outlet, and there's another rubber carpet and another light that's not flashing in person, just on the camera for some reason. Here, this would probably be a place for your maybe smartphone. I like to keep my smartphone here. This is a shutter for the cup holders. They're adjustable. Try to take it out for you. Oh, I wanted to show you something, but it's kind of hard because of the, well, it has a texture as well. It's plasticky, but this one's rubbery, so these guys are kind of in my way to open that up. And it closes nicely. Also has rubber finish. Okay, dash is soft. This is soft, and then on the bottom there's hard plastic. Over here, if you open up, slowly opening, there's nice flint material, and there is actually a spec here and a USB-C, so I can show you the Apple CarPlay, which only works with that. There's a little Peugeot book that you get. It's dark in here. There's a light once the ignition is on, and there's an AC inside. You can close it. It's always cooling the glove compartment. Okay, so here's the spec for the Croatian audience. And I'm gonna type the price. I think it was something around, I'm not gonna lie how much euros, I forgot. I'm gonna type it down, and you can see options: heated windshield, onboard charger, 7.4 kilowatts, max charging speed, and have the safety bolts for the alloys, and front heated seats, and metallic color, which is I forgot. Oh, it's the metallic blue Vertigo. So yeah. Okay. And some manuals I really don't need. Close that up. And just not to forget, really nice and soft armrest. You can press here a little button, and then it kind of opens up slowly. And you have this rubber, so if you have a cable inside, it won't squash it. There's another USB-C here, and an vent, something that appears like a vent. I'm not 100% sure if this is cooled. This is a rubber mat, and watch this. You can pull this guy out. This is also going to be hard, but so I've removed this. You need two hands. If you press these two guys, and then you can pull this up, you can see there's actually another battery inside. And you can see the illumination of that. And that's it. That's the interior. And to get on the top, a nice thin bezel mirror, and it looks really premium. There's a seatbelt information once you turn on the car. There's a little lights here to illuminate in the interior, and you swipe here to turn on the lights. If I open the doors, you can see them. There's emergency button and road assistance. And if you had the roof, I guess you have buttons here for the banner roof. This is kind of cloth material. On the top, you have a documents holder here, and you have a privacy mirror. You can close that up. Once you open it, lights turn on, and this area is not covered, so this unfortunately does not extend. Overview around the car. This is sort of my eye level. You can see the hood, excellent. Through the side mirrors, excellent. Behind you, and even if you turn, you can see here this sort of blind spot, but you have blind spot warning. You can see that little dot, maybe not from this angle. You can see that gray dot over there in the corner. That's the blind spot warning. And headspace, 2-meter tall person, plenty of headspace on the front. And as you can see, my knees are kind of close, I've lowered this a little bit because of the point of view, but let's now finally turn on the electronics. If I zoom to the wide lens, you can see it gives you this annoying pesky message here. I'm going to zoom back in. So this is asking if you want to learn about the system. I guess once you set up the user profile, well, the focus is not the focus, but the, yeah, this is kind of struggling. You can see there. No. Okay. Well, you press here to skip. I'm going to come to the infotainment. I'm first going to cover the 3D cockpit. You have the fuel level and you have the battery level on the left. If you press the brake, turn on the engine, you can see hybrid system active. You can see the speed, you can see park. So if I put it to neutral, and then you can see here electric. And then once you speed up, there's eco and electric. Let me see climate. Lower that fan speed. Okay, it's not too loud. You can see that. So it's very nice. There's enough details. It looks cool. There is a screen on the top here, and then there's a plexiglass, so it kind of gives you a, there's a second screen. There's two screens, one on the top, one in front of you, and like between the plexiglass, it kind of gives you a 3D effect. If you move, you can see the 3D picture. Okay, let's, before we get here, I almost forgot. So these are your wiper controls. This is for the rear one. You push it up, and there's lights. So you should leave your lights on automatic. There's a button here that changes the visualization. There you go. You can see the navigation. You can see the car battery. By pressing, you can see the car on the side with it charging. You can see the electric range and petrol range and your, I guess, consumption. And then you can have this one, or you can have this one from the start. Now, there's a second button here, and this one shows you the consumption, or the zero emission and total odometer. This one shows you the trip one, which is, you can see the average speed and the consumption. It's kind of crazy, 9.1 liters. And trip 2, 8.8 liters. To be honest, I was driving with an empty battery and the person before me, so that's the reason why the fuel consumption is kind of crazy. I would have to charge the battery, reset it, and then do a full test, but I don't have time to do that. Hey guys, so I've been driving for a little bit, so this is the consumption, and I'm gonna turn off the car. So you can see my trip, 4 liters. I was on the highway driving 130, so this is pretty good. You can imagine with a full battery, you can get even better in the city if you're commuting. But have in mind that plug-in hybrid cars only make sense if you have a power outlet, at least a Schuko at your home, so you can charge your car overnight. Coming back to the main infotainment here. Now this is a massive step up compared to the previous generation. You have two screens, one on the top, one on the bottom. And this is your home screen. I'm gonna start from the top. You have temperature, AC, fan speed, your Bluetooth connection, time, and so on. On the home screen, you can customize the home screen so you can change this completely. But you have shortcuts for the icons. You have climate controls on the side. You have music. I'm gonna play some music as a demo. So I can play for too long. I have to keep speaking not to get a copyright strike. If you tune up the speakers, quite decent, as mentioned. If you want more, better quality sound, deeper sound, go for the focal speakers. I believe those were the option. Okay, so if you swipe here, you can see climate, different layout, seat options, settings, air quality and applications, and then you can swipe again. There's like map preview and electric preview. If you press maximize, it's going to charge with the petrol engine, and then you have a crazy consumption. But you can charge the battery. That's an option. If you press here home, it brings you to the home screen, obviously. Now I gotta say, this is very responsive and it works excellent. Mirror screen, you have to plug in USB-C to have Apple Carplay or Android Auto. Only wireless connection works for the Bluetooth, playing the music and phone calls. Navigation, I'm gonna be brief here. You can have cameras. I'm gonna cut in some video. So it gives you routes when to exit in the middle screen if it's not on the navigation, and it gives you here on the side. Now here it's very good. It's nice and wide. You can have 3D. Here you can have search at home, at work, your places, route options. You can have the weather information, and you can go to the second page. Here you can go to the settings, map, display options, route, vehicle profile. Over here you have day and night, which is automatic, but you can have it always on night colors, so you can see it's like a dark ambience, and you can have it always on day or switch automatically. There's a arrival sidebar, what do you want to see here, parking, petrol stops, zoom in, you can go down here, 2D, 3D, what to show on the maps. You can download maps, points of interest, fuel, parking, charging stations, hospitals, like tons of stuff. I'm not going to go through every detail. If you buy a car, you can browse that and check it out, because this video is going to be way too long. Then I guess you can switch here to a night. That's a shortcut. So this is the night look. Okay, so let's just leave it at that at the moment. And navigation's quite good. Energy. Here it shows a car once you're driving. You can see when you're braking, it charges the battery. When you're using the petrol engine to charge the battery, you can also see it's different. And you can see the status of the charge. You can't see the percentage. You can only see the percentage in the screen once you're charging. Now, back to this, you can here have statistics. So you can see your power consumption and your petrol consumption in the last 30, 60 minutes or so. It gives you this nice, beautiful design graphs. You can set up a charge time here. E-saves this. So this, if you turn this on, you can see then it gives you here max. And this means that the car will, you can add like top up 20 kilometers or 10 kilometers or maximum. So it's going to be charging your battery, but it's going to also increase your fuel consumption. You can still hide this menus and so on. Car settings. Before I get here, you can tap on the top here, and then you get the guests. You can check profiles. You can have connection if you want to share the data or not. Your devices, 3D cluster. So check this out. Now it's not 3D. Now it's 3D. So that's quite cool. Shortcut there. You can have Wi-Fi on or off for the passengers. You can also have here screen brightness. So those are your shortcuts on the top. Just press the little top bar. Yeah, okay, so car settings. This is a little deep. You can profile, check profiles here. You can set up multiple profiles if it's a family car, company car. You can customize here display options. You can choose here, customize this one, and then you can have this. So these are like your options. So you can play here with all 5. Now let me switch to the white line so you can cover both. You can see here, if I go to the number 4, number 5, see number 3, number 2, and number 1. Okay, zooming back in. Here you can have widgets in pages, and this is for this screen. This is for the main screen. So on the main screen you can have layout 2 and 1, and then here you can like play with the widgets or pages. So you can add a custom page. So let's see if we can custom one. Add widgets. So you can add climate, user, applications, energy, flow, radio, media, mirror screen, phone. So these are all of your apps, what you want to see, or voice commands. Now I'm not gonna play with that or customize anything. I'm just showing you this. You can play it when you get the car. And let me just zoom back out. There's a little bug. Yeah, it's more clear now. Sometimes when I zoom back, it's kind of blurry. Okay, customization still. So screen color, you can have this. So this is going to change the background to either blue, gray, or this kind of green. There's the screen color. Interior color will change the color. So you can see it's daylight, so you can have orange, you can have green, dark or light green, you can have red, white, kind of faded blue, dark blue, and orange, and or amber and violet color. More of that in the night review. Here you have the active sport sound. This projects through the speakers a sport sound of the engine, which I dislike. Some people like that, so you can turn that on or off. Exterior animation, interior animation, so there's a welcome stuff, and wireless connection, my devices, Wi-Fi, privacy, system. You can have English, you can choose languages here, units. I'm gonna go quickly through this. Brightness, you can control this. You can control the interior lights. This would turn off the lights, even the ones on the top here, so also more in the night point of view. And you can turn off the cluster, although there's a shortcut on the top. I showed you sound settings, natural or dynamic. You can set up the triple, middle, and bass where you want the sound, or you can reset it. Vehicle lighting, guide me home, adaptive lights, automatic beam. If you press here, you can add delay of what time you want for the lights to turn on or off. And here, vehicle access, you can door unlock driver only, booth only, or disable door mirror fold. Safety options, rear wiper and reverse, diagnostics, tire pressure. You can reset it here if you configure it. I showed you where it's displayed on the car. And updates, you have the over-the-air updates if you connect to the Wi-Fi. Finally, and here you have connected services. There's nothing here, it's blank. Go home. Phone, so you can connect here and have contacts, keypad, settings. I haven't synchronized my contacts, so because I don't want to share them. Assists, lane keeping assist, close obstacle detection, rear cross traffic, lane keeping assist, automatic braking system, and speed limit recognition, traffic sign recognition, and driver attention alert. Tutorials, you can have here, how the system works. If you press on the car here, it brings you to the same thing. If you press the climate, it brings you to the climate settings. You can like swipe here, you can turn off the fan speed where you want the airflow, automatic, AC, synchronize. This is for the driver. Steering wheel, it heats up the steering wheel. It shows it only on the screen on the top there. It takes a little time, but the whole steering wheel is heated, and you can turn on the seats as well. Air quality, good, and preconditioning if you want to precondition your car if you're commuting to your work. This is all good. And not to forget, I'm gonna come back to the Apple CarPlay just to show you. So these are different pages. So if you want to play with this, let's see, application. So these are all of your applications. I'm not going to go through date and time, but okay, Peugeot, phone calls. This is basically, I've showed you everything over here in the media. You have the radio, you have the stations, the icons. You can, again, set up the sound, which I've showed you. But in the apps, you can hold like media, and then it gives you option. You can exchange that for, let's say, the climate control if you want that, or for something else. Like for that, okay, I have that. So for media, and I forgot to mention, but you can put 3 fingers and brings the apps. That's the whole infotainment. I actually showed you everything that I could. Now I'm gonna use the cable and unplug my mic to show you the Apple CarPlay. And once you plug the cable, you can see it offers you the Apple CarPlay. And over here it gives you, wow, it's very bright, the maps. I need to put my hand here so the camera can focus. It works excellent. It's a little bit laggy once I'm filming, but when I'm not doing that, it works very smooth. As you can see, excellent graphics, laggy at the moment, but it works great. And then you can always have Waze. It's a nice long screen. I'm gonna switch to this one because the camera is fighting with the light. And that was it. Now to show you the, at least during the day, LED headlights, I'm gonna leave the key inside the car, and I'm gonna turn the lights to the position lights. Actually, I'm gonna put the car to the park. Okay, just not to forget, if you want to brake, you press the B, so it recuperates. When the battery is full, the recuperation is, if you look at the charge, maybe halfway, but when the battery is empty, it's going to be full recuperation. And just to show you the reverse camera. Reverse camera, again, wow, the camera is really fighting this. Okay, you can see it's not as sharp as on the camera as it is on the in person. It is super sharp. And finally, Peugeot added a decent camera. You have this a wide view, you have this for the sounds, brightness, contrast, and of course you can spec a 360 or front and rear, or only rear. Now if I go to reverse, you can see that the car is mapping stuff behind us, and then if I go forward, and then if you move the steering wheel, it moves the projection. But if you go to the corner all the way, it actually moves the camera as well. Also, back in camera, once you get close to the wall, shows you 3D bird view. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, parking brake is on. Let's get outside, and just to show you the LED headlights, and I'm going to show you the engine as well. So let's actually show you the taillights first. You saw the taillights, very sharp looking. So these are the daytime running lights. Well, you actually saw the matrix. Now, I'm going to turn on the fog lights as well. And here are the lights when they're on. Look how nice it looks. It's just, And here's this a little bit closer. Now let's move to the rear. Check the fog light. So you have dual fog lights and dual reverse lights. Now, fog light off, but keep your lights on automatic. Do not drive on your position. And to turn on the hazards, so these are your hazards. Everything is LED, quite sharp looking. You can see the side mirror turn signal as well. Very good. And here's the front daytime running lights, or the claws, turn into a turn signals. You can see even the lights turned on now because it's on automatic. So the car is looking amazing. It's really gorgeous. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. And I'm gonna pop the hood for you. Just switch this off, turn this off, and let's show you the bonnet, or what's under the bonnet. So to open, left of the badge, there is a little thing you press. You have to feel it. Okay, it's here. Petrol, you have the sound insulation, heat insulation. You can see the Pure Tech, again 1.6, 4-cylinder inline turbocharged, petrol with 150 horsepower. Electric motor has another 110, but the system power is 180. I think the top speed is 225 kilometers per hour, and 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is 7.6 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to correct myself. But you have all the technical data in the video description. You have to use the little leg to hold the bonnet up. It would be cool if they added gas struts. You can see the 12-volt battery, and there is one under the front armrest. Close this up, closes perfectly. And that was it. That was the whole review of the new 308. So if you like this video, be a cool person, smash the like button, leave your comments below. How do you like the new 308? And as always, stay safe on the road and at home. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye.